So Pastor Chris, God is clearly at work here at the church at Odessa. It's clear that that we've had to endure trial for preaching the word faithfully, but it's clear that God's work has brought a lot of fruit in the congregation, fruit in the community. What do you see as being kind of the present status in God's kingdom with the church at Odessa? What's God doing here? Where do you think He's leading us to go? And or maybe another way to answer it is just, what do you find our calling as the church in this community to be?
Okay, I personally, as I look at the Word, I believe that we gather to worship, we scatter to evangelize. And so I see our gatherings on Sunday mornings really described in Ephesians 4, and my role as a preacher, it is to equip the saints to do the work of the ministry, so that they will grow up, that they will be mature, that they will be complete, that they will not be lacking anything, namely that they would not be tossed around by every wind and wave and trickery of doctrine. In the gospel, as we become believers, we are born again. We are babies. We are infants. 1 Peter 2 says that like newborn babies, we are to crave pure spiritual milk, so that by it we may grow up in respects to our salvation. That pure spiritual milk is the Word. And so here we make much of the Word. We are unapologetic of the Word. We believe it is sufficient for salvation. We believe in 2 Timothy 3:16 that it is God-breathed, every single word from the least to the greatest, that it is sufficient for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness. Again, verse 17, so that the man or woman of God may be adequate for every single work. And so, again, we make much of the Word. Again, here, so that we would grow up, so that when we leave and scatter, we will be prepared to do the work of the ministry. We will be prepared, as 1 Peter 3:15 says, to give a defense for the gospel, but that we will be prepared to do it with gentleness, that we will be prepared to do it lovingly, but that we will be able to do it faithfully and adequately. And so when we gather here, it is to grow people. It is to equip people to do the work of the ministry when they scatter.